Hi, this is Brandon Warren, and you are listening to the Marvel Card Collectors Podcast.
Hello everybody, my name is Ian Taylor and welcome to the Marvel Card Collectors Podcast, brought to you by the Marvel Cards Fan Collective, an awesome community of card collectors and creators. You can find our two groups on Facebook, details of which are at the end of this podcast. So come check us out. With me as always is my co-pilot in all things Marvel cards. I've been waiting absolutely Marvel ages to speak to you again, buddy. Norrin Rand.
Ooh, that was lovely. That was good. That was good. One of my favorites.
It's been 3 weeks since we've last sat down to record one of these.
It's been ages, literally. It has been for. I missed you too. I forgot what we were talking about, but I was just at one point. I was like texting. I was like, "Oh man, I'm done, dude. Let's just get back to this." I'm so. I miss you, man.
I think there's been a little behind the scenes drama of late. So I think we're both.
Yes.
Can we just talk about cards?
I just want to get back to talking about cards.
Let's just talk about cards. Enough with the politics.
Let's talk about cards, baby.
Let's talk about you and
me.
About all the good things and the bad things that me. Anyway, hello everybody. Welcome. I have no idea when this episode will go out. It might even be this week's. Who knows?
Yes.
It is. As we record it, it's the 20th of March, and I straight away want to show you, my friend. I think you've seen this. There is rustling happening here.
Sexy rustling.
A rather nice bit of plastic bag that will be, fast forward a couple of months, be in the stomach of a turtle in the South China Sea. Right. So he says darkly.
Dark.
That's dark, isn't it? Sorry. Apologies, those on the nature spectrum of our listeners. I'm going to stop sharing screen, actually, because you'll need to be able to see this on the camera.
Yes.
So, our intro artist, one Brandon Warren, who, for the life of me, I probably should have got his Instagram feed up before. So let me just do that. Oh dear, it's like you would think we plan this. We don't plan this at all. We just kind of we just launch, don't we? Is it fair to say?
We do.
We do. Most of the time, we just launch ourselves. All right. I've clearly gone on to the wrong Brandon Warren on Facebook. How embarrassing. Oh dear.
Good thing no one can see it.
It's a good job no one can see it. You know, I mean, if we're going to talk about it, then
that's important.
I can't find it.
You can't find him?
Brandon, where are you? No, I'll just have a look on here because I've got it saved. Because Brandon has actually opened for us before.
Yes, he has.
At the beginning of one of our episodes before. So
he's great.
But for the life of me, I can't exactly remember when. It was a fair while ago now. I'm just having a look through my past show notes to see if I can find it. Where is he? Here we go. So he's on Instagram as B Warren Art. And he was on the intro for episode 37. Do you remember that?
Oh, God, 37. I didn't realize it was that long ago.
Was the episode that we spoke to Harry Crosland.
Right. Oh yeah, the cosplayer.
Yeah, cosplay guy.
He's awesome.
Really,
he was great.
We need to talk
what happened to him?
Lovely guy. I think, to be honest with you, he kind of got busy because he's in medical stuff. So
poor guy. Yeah,
coronavirus happened, but he's still doing really good photography. He's still posting stuff that matters. He's still talking about issues that matter.
Oh, that's lovely.
He's doing some pretty good stuff, and obviously He's a voice. Anyway, let's talk about Brandon. So Brandon Warren is in the group, and he does post stuff. And he was on Marvel Anime. He was on Marvel Masterpieces. His Marvel Masterpieces stuff is absolutely.
Oh, he's got a great collection.
Anyway, I was like, you know what? I fancy a bit of Brandon Warren in my life. So short of marrying him and moving to America, because I think he's already married, I went for the second best thing. I commissioned my first AP in...
Ooh.
Well, bizarrely enough, when I was talking to Brandon, I'd forgotten about an AP experience I had. So I was saying to him that it was my first MP in almost 10 years. And then I remembered since that I did actually get one done for Masterpieces 2018. but I wasn't massively. I no longer own it. It's probably the fairest way to say, and I'm not going to mention who it was. But and I just didn't do them for the longest time. Partly because even before the 2018 experience, I just found the pressure of actually, when you say, "Well, what do you want to see?" and I was like a rabbit in headlights.
Yeah,
I know I've just commissioned you to do it, but it's like, and I guess the equivalent is if you're trying to learn a language and you say something to someone in that language and you're just learning, and then they reply back in that language, there's the moment of panic where you're like, what did they just say? How do I reply to it? So it's it feels like that to me. Anyway.
That's great.
So I reached out to Brandon. I was like, you know what, Brandon, because Brandon, bless him, for whatever reasons, and I'm not going to get into this topic on this show, but for whatever reason, the majority of, I believe, his sketches for a new Marvel release were rejected. So I was like, you know what?
Oh, yeah.
I dig what you're doing. I'm going to throw some work your way. And I had a little bit of money in my PayPal. I said, how much are the APs for your Marvel Ages? And he goes, X amount of money. I was like, fine, I'll have one of those. Thank you very much. And he showed me something that he'd done. And I was like, you know what? I want exactly that. On a Marvel Ages. Because I was like, I really dig that card. I wasn't able to own it, but I really like what you've done. So he did a little sketch for me and he sent it. And I didn't realize that actually, no, I knew that sketch wasn't on the cardstock, but I'm never, different artists have different processes, and I don't.
Yes, yeah, they really do.
Some collectors, they live and breathe commissioning artists. I
think, it's really great. I love those collectors too. They have great pieces.
But anyway, let's cut to the chase. Shall I show you what he did? I have a feeling
do it.
But I'm going to show it, and I'm going to put it on the tasting notes as well.
I have seen it, and I love that. Wow.
So that
I have not seen it on video yet.
Marvel
His inks are so pretty.
Of Black Cat. Wow. And it's beautifully done. It's really nicely rendered. I love the way he's used the space.
Oh, he killed it.
I love his little signature on the back.
I like his signature a lot.
So yeah, it's really cool, and it's.
He did great color on that.
My webcam is terrible. You really can't see the colors properly on that.
Well, what I can see, which I really appreciate, is the ink. Yeah, because it's very nice. I love the lines that he's did there. That looks really pretty.
Right, he got a smile right, and basically, so anyway, so I got that in the mail.
Killed it.
And I was expecting a sketch card, and I got a small box, and I was like, "Why has he sent a sketch card in a small box?" So I was like, "Okay," and I opened it up, and along with the sketch card, he'd sent me the original, which is larger, by the way.
What?
Look at that. So that's his original rough, which is twice the size.
Wow.
Yeah. So he's done that. And that's, I was like, right. Yeah, that's absolutely bang on. That's exactly what I want. And he's got the notes on the bottom. Can you read those notes that he's
Oh my God. White hair, pupils for on the cone waist. And then what's the last one?
Sultry.
Oh, that's great. I see how he practiced the eye before he did it. Yeah.
I'm not sure.
That's really cool. Well, that's the pen strength. So for the outline.
Oh, right. It's just like lovely. White hair, pupils, bow on collar, stroke wrist, and sultry. So I'm like, you know what? I get these two, and I'm like, right, okay, that's lovely. But again, that's a flat piece. Surely it doesn't need a box. So what else was in there? I hear you cry. Well,
I did.
There was a little. I think this is magnetic. It might be a sticker. It's one of his little kind of business card logo things.
Oh. That's cool.
His original art, Brandon Warren. It's a little paint can with splashes. Pictures of all this will be on the tasting notes, folks. So please go check them out. They'll have a look. And then lastly, as if that wasn't enough, see this. What's that the back of I'm holding?
I don't know. I can't tell.
Does it look like a frame, maybe?
Oh, I see it now. Yeah, there's light there now because it was completely dark. I see a frame.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so it's framing of what?
So he sent me a postcard-sized frame with another, like very similar pose.
Original
black
piece.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm just like, oh my goodness, because he's over-delivered, basically. He's over-delivered, but...
That's amazing.
And I'm like, not expected, but surprise and delight moment. I love it.
This guy's a rock star. Good for him.
I dig it. I really dig it. Thank you for that.
Too nice.
Check out Brandon's work on his Instagram. It'll be on the tasting notes. B Warren Art, and seriously, hit him up for some AP commission work. He's got blanks available, and he comes podcast recommended, folks.
Podcast recommended. So there we go. So I will put those back into the piece of plastic. That's cool.
That piece of plastic from the belly of the turtle later, because otherwise it rustles too much. So there we go. Thanks for tuning in this week, folks. This has been an episode of the Brandon Warren Appreciation Podcast.
And Killing Turtle Podcast, apparently. You better be recycling, man.
Well, I didn't say the turtle was going to die. I just said it would be in the stomach of the turtle. Anyway, let's talk about... I know, I went dark. I want to talk about Marvel Ages, because Marvel Ages...
Oh, yeah, we want to talk about Marvel Ages. Yes,
after
sir.
being delayed quite a few times. And if you haven't heard, why haven't you?
I mean, we're not trying to get into something here, but the question is a valid one.
But anyway, if you'd have heard our interview with Mike Phillips, Executive Vice President of Sales and Marketing at the Upper Deck Company.
Beast.
Actually, I missed out a syllable. Michael Phillips, which makes it two.
How dare you, sir?
Saying one.
How dare you?
He was telling us
so
about
nice.
He's a lovely, lovely man.
Lovely man.
That's me.
So profound.
If there's someone who knows in the business of trading cards, if there's one guy that everybody knows on the retailer side, on the distributor side, on the sports side, on the licensee side, it's Mike Phillips. Because he's been doing it man and boy for 30 years.
No kidding.
So no wonder he's executive vice.
Wealth of knowledge, man.
Yeah.
And he's a collector too. I loved it. Yeah.
And a lovely guy. And, the origin, the OG of jambalayas, of PMGs, of so much.
The mind behind the jambalaya and PMG.
So,
how cool is that?
Truly the man who put jam in jambalaya. Anyway, if you haven't listened to episode 87, he talked about Yeah, I really dug that, and a few people.
That was fun.
So we've had some really kind feedback from folks on that, so thank you. I mean, we're only as good as the guest at the end of the day. Mike is a great talker, but some people are saying that's so good, I need to listen to it again straight away, and I'm like, thanks.
Oh, that's nice.
But he was telling us about the production issues they've had, and the demands on that side from the effects of COVID, and I'll let you listen to it and all the logistics, and that has led to delays in product, which is across all manufacturers, not just Upper Deck and not just with Marvel cards. So Marvel Ages took a little bit of time to come out. It was supposed to come out in early February, and I think it was actually pushed back from last year. The reason I say that is because on the back of every card it says 2020 Marvel Ages.
Yes, it does.
And yet it came out in March 21. So which I thought was quite interesting. So I, for various reasons, and I'll talk about this on a podcast when they land, I spent an awful lot of money on a very large item. You know what it is.
Yes, I do.
Some people know what it is. I haven't kind of announced it widely or posted on group because I want this package in my hand, in my grubby little
hand,
middle-aged white man's hands, before I put it out there. But because I spent quite a lot of money, I knew I couldn't afford to buy many boxes of Marvel Ages.
Right.
In fact, I couldn't really afford to buy any box. I couldn't commit to it. But when they came out, I was like, I want some stuff. And a few people were selling some bundles where they'd open stuff, and it was kind of like, it's either not for them or they had loads of dupes. And you get a lot of cards per pack. You get 12 cards in a pack.
Wow, really? That's amazing.
You get 12 cards in a pack, and there's 16 packs in a box.
That's a good amount.
It is and it is, well, you get your money's worth in terms of the cards. I've got some flattened boxes here, which I'm not going to take out because they're stuck. So, but the person that I bought my first batch of had opened 2 boxes, and they've sent me the flattened boxes. Got a sketch because that's what they're into, and everything else was up for grabs. So I was like, you know what? I'll have that. They were selling the inserts, just the inserts, and I was like, I'll have those. And I said, oh, by the way, do you have empty wrappers or boxes? And they said, to be honest with you, we'll send you all the base cards as well. so
that's phenomenal.
I got loads, and I'm really pleased with it. But I needed them because it might be 12 cards per pack, 16 cards. Sorry, 12 cards per pack, 16 packs per box, but the base set is 300 cards. The base set is 300 cards, okay? And they're not called tiers. I think they're called low series, mid series, high series, or something like that. But 1 to 100 is, let's just say, for example, sake of argument, let's call it tier 1, 1 to 100. 101 to 200 is tier 2, and 201 to 300 is tier 3. And so they're in the packs in lower quantities, the higher you go.
Okay.
But then each of those has got a parallel. And
holy hell.
So basically, you've got a parallel, which basically means if you're going for the parallel as well, it's 600 cards. Now, that's a lot of shelf and binder real estate.
No kidding.
But for
that's a hell of a good hunt.
Yeah. Well, for the first tier, they're stickered. So they're sticker versions. For the second tier, they're photo variants. And we'll come back to the base cards in a minute.
Yeah.
But for the third tier, they are foil versions of the base cards.
Hot.
Okay. So that's that. I'm going to start with the chase cards, though. So, have you got a Cardboard Connection up in front of you?
Obviously.
Hopefully you do, because I sent you a link.
I mean, you know how prepared I'm always.
You are.
I'm always prepared, man.
So we did a preview episode about this, and we talked about the fact that well, let's go through the chase cards first of all. So you got the kind of the fairly regular and fairly available chase cards. We're going to start with Saturday morning cartoons,
which is all done by our good friend Tom Morgan, who killed it.
I'd forgotten that was Tom Morgan.
Yes.
Of course, I can see on the screen. I can see his signature, large as life, but of course on the card I have to squint. But Tom Morgan, Saturday morning cartoons. Look how much fun that card is. That's the X-Men one. We'll put these on the tasting notes. They're brilliant. Look at that.
I love it. Man, that's sick.
And on the back, you see what you don't see on the preview stuff. You don't see the backs of the cards. So you can see that's like a television frame.
What? And
it's got the image in there again, but it's a nice clean version of the image.
That's nostalgia central, bro. I love that.
It's just lovely. So I'm just going to show you one example of each of them, just so you can get the feel of it, because I know you don't have any of these in hand.
No, I don't, unfortunately.
Wow. Anyway, what we got here? So on the back, it's tune in each week to see the jaw-dropping X-Men come together and fight for peaceful coexistence between humans and mutants. Isn't that great?
I love it so much.
It's great. And on the back, and then each of them, it's got the time thing. Saturdays 8/7 Central. There's one for Cinema 6, Guardians of the Galaxy, Alpha Flight, Champions. I mean, I've got. I think it's a 9-card subset, and I'm missing one of them from this bundle.
Is it really?
That's where
wow. I love how the colors go together though on the 9 page.
Nice. They've got different.
They look really, really nice.
Dark Avengers. Wow. There's a Dark Avengers one.
I love the Dark Avengers.
Wolverine and Venom, and there's a.
That'd be cool if the MCU did Dark Avengers. That'd be sick.
So there's some kind of. I didn't expect they'd do Dark Avengers and Champions.
Me neither.
There isn't one for the Defenders, but maybe that's the one I'm missing. Who knows? Actually, I don't think it is. I'm not sure which one I'm missing, actually. Who knows? And then the next chase set I want to talk about. So go back to. We'll do this in the order that they appear on. What do you call it? Cardboard Connection. I'm having such a senior moment. Is Totally Toys. And Totally Toys. Oh, Norrin, if your character was still in the...
don't even, dude.
Can you imagine a Totally Toys?
I would be so happy with that.
Right, so the one you're seeing on screen...
I would be freaking out.
And the one
I'm looking at Rogue. Wow. I love that so much.
They're nice gloss as well. Look at the gloss on them.
See, really nice. That looks really pretty in person. Okay. You can't just tell,
Look at
man.
The back.
No, it does it just like the toys.
It just like the toy. So you got the reverse of the punch out card at the top where it goes.
Wow.
And then you've got. It's just brilliant. It's really good.
I love that. Really cool. I'm obsessed with that. That's really cool.
Right. You wait then. Right now, I'm just going to imagine the meeting at Upper Deck where they went through and they chose what was going to go on each of these cards. Okay, because someone got a pay rise. Okay,
someone got a pay rise.
Okay, so you see what does the Rogue one say on the screen? Look at the one on the screen in the bottom.
I'm looking at it right now.
Right hand corner of the card. It's got a star and it says
Deadly Fist.
Okay. So we're going to go through these one by one. Look at the Ghost Rider one.
With real flames. That's cool.
Look at the Nick Fury one.
Crazy Gadgets. Very cool. Very cool. Very cool. Widow. Electric Batons. That's hilarious.
Captain America.
Bending limbs. Very cool.
All right, so we've done Rogue.
Deadly Fist for Rogue.
All right, here we go. All right.
Love it.
Miles Morales. For some reason.
Invisible Action. That's cool. That's cool.
That's Colossus.
Metal Fighter.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then there's
Gliding Action. My God, I miss the toys, dude. That's so cool. It's so good.
But can you imagine the fun they had thinking of, okay,
they had fun.
Put in the bottom corner. They
had fun.
I'm missing one, but I know I've got it on the way to me because I actually got excited, and before I got this bundle, I'd already bought the entire chase set of Totally Toys. So I will have a spare chase set of this, and I'll probably do a giveaway on the group. Okay, so we're going to do some more.
Okay, I'm ready.
So
Pumpkin Bombs. Perfect.
Bombs. Who's that? Is that Shuri?
That's Shuri. Vibranium armor. Very cool.
Right. Gambit. I love Gambit.
Oh my God, I love Gambit.
Right, ready?
Lifelike cards. That's cool.
I'm going to come back to the one there, and I'm going to go around to this one, which is
Wolverine. Extending claws. Oh my gosh. Remember when you could extend the claws on the action figures?
And then I'm going to go to card number 14 is MODOK.
Here we go. Hover action. Okay. That's my favorite.
MODOK. I've no idea who did the artwork.
That's my favorite. You know what? I wish they listed it. I don't know either, unfortunately. I don't know. Damn.
I just love them. I think this is a really cool idea. And you know what? They're really common as well. They're really common hits. So putting together one of those sets, there's 15 of them. 15. I don't know why 15.
Wow.
15. Putting together one of those is quite a nice little feat. I think, it's quite a nice, it's easily achievable. So there we go.
Wow.
I'm going to come back to the Decades cards and the word cloud and the lenticular and the coinage and the clippings. Oh, actually, on this Cardboard Connection one, they miss out some of the inserts. They don't show.
Really?
Them. Yeah. So we're going to talk about Gameverse.
Gameverse. That's really fun.
I think it's largely around the PS4 Spider-Man game.
Yes.
The characters seem to be from it. I don't have the full set, but it is quite a lot of fun. And it's interesting to see different realizations of the characters. I mean, I've avoided the Gameverse Black Cat variant cover comics that have come up simply because...
Well, there's a whole pop line of Gameverse superheroes, which is pretty cool.
It's a different visual of her, and because I'm kind of like, you draw the line somewhere, don't you? So... having said that, I'll probably put one of these Gameverse cards in my Black Cat PC.
I think it's cool. I think they were worth having.
So there you go. There's a Shocker. And I don't mean...
Oh, Shocker looks cool.
I mean that the character is Shocker. So yeah. Again,
that looks cool.
Nice gloss, and it's got...
little bio. Oh, him on the back is nice.
Sorry. Yeah, my camera is terrible. Let me put it down.
I know. There you go. That's better. There you go. Now I can see it.
It's got a nice little bio.
That looks good.
The same image. But
very cool
nice.
design.
It's got the little Spidey logo from the PS4 game.
Yeah, I mean the design of these cards look really on point. They're very nice.
That's a really
very
nice
fun
set, and I've got my Black Cat here. So there's the cat.
I think she looks great, man.
She does look good. She's overdressed.
Yeah, because that's from the game for sure.
So, and then the other chase set, which I think this is a one where if there's plates of this, I might go for some.
Whoa.
It's called Artist Spotlight featuring Steve Ditko. Now, what excites me about this is that Artist Spotlight featuring tells me that this is a chase set they could bring into other products.
Yes.
And make its own thing. And I love them. Again, I think there's 10 of them. There's 10 of them. So I've got 9 on one page and a single on another page all by itself. It's just... gets on my tits. Anyway, gets on my nerves, and I shouldn't have nerves at my age. Anyway, so what we got? They're beautiful. Look at that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're really nice.
Okay, so it's really nicely framed, and it is the front cover of an issue. This one I'm holding.
Oh, wow.
Is Amazing Fantasy 15.
Good border action. Very nice. Really clean card.
And if you're one of those
love
people,
the yellow.
Again, I'm very tempted to start building just a separate PC just of comic covers appearing on cards. We've talked about this a number of times.
People need to do that, man. People are missing out on the Marvel Beginnings
But
because those covers are amazing, and they're coming back, man. Yeah, they look great.
But most of the MCU sets have had an insert set, which has been covers. Like, Doctor Strange movie did, the Infinity War sets did. And it's a really good way to have cards of the comic art.
I think so. I really like it.
And then card number 2 is Amazing Spider-Man number 2, and they all look amazing because
that's so cool.
It's just all about Steve's work. And look,
Steve's work on it.
And it's just got fun facts on the back, which I haven't actually read. It tells you a little bit of trivia. It tells you about the issue when it came out, penciler, ink writer, and it doesn't all just do Spider-Man. I'm going to show you this one, Amazing Spider-Man 28, which is a Molten Man cover.
Wow.
And that is really, really, and you can't really see it on this card, but Spider-Man is actually on there, but his outline is kind of, this camera doesn't pick it up at all. If you quickly Google, Norrin.
Yeah, I can Google it. I'll check it out.
Google the cover to Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 28. It's a really difficult one to get in any decent grade because of the black of the cover. It's got so many cracks on it now because of the age.
Yeah.
I've got a low grade copy of it and I'm happy with it, but it's a really difficult one to get clean. There's a Strange Tales 146.
Oh, I love that.
This is really good.
Donald's going to freak out.
I'm sure he's probably already got it on his radar. And there's a Daredevil 162. And it's just wonderful. It's 10 cards. I've got 6 of them. They're lovely. They're truly lovely. It's a really good win. So those are the more common insert sets. I think Totally True is the most common, followed by Saturday Morning Cartoons, based on how many I've got of them. Game of Thrones and Steve Ditko a little bit less frequent. I think maybe get 2 or 3 per box at most. Then I want to talk about the other hits, and I am going to come back to the base cards because I'm conflicted on them, but I'll come back to that. Sorry, I don't want to bury the lead too much. What I want to talk about first is I don't have all the inserts in hand because the guys I bought this lot of didn't pull a coin card, for example. They didn't pull a lenticular, and the lenticulars, looking at eBay, the 4-panel lenticulars where you get 4.
Yeah, I was wondering about those.
In one pack. They're on eBay for quite a bit. So I think.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, I think they're quite a tough pull. As are the Fresnel or Fresnel.
Oh, the Fresnel.
Mispronouncing them.
So what's the correct pronunciation?
Fresnel.
Fresnel.
It's a French word.
Oh, they're pretty and they're thicker. Damn, I didn't know that.
Look how thick it is, and it's acrylic.
I love it. Fresnel.
Now, the one thing I will say is that it looks textured. It's not, but the way it's printed, it does catch the light in a way that would suggest it. And my camera's not doing it justice at all. They're absolutely stunning.
I love it. Even with this, really I think they look great.
Yeah.
There's a lot characters for that. I'm going to have to take a look because that's something I'm definitely interested.
Well, I think they got the rule of 9 right on some of these. I think there are 45 of them. Let me scroll.
45. That's awesome. 45.
There are so many comic clippings in this set.
They're 3 per case.
Yeah.
So they're a tough hit.
There's comic clipping. Sorry, I'm just scrolling through the checklist here. Fresnel. Yeah, there's 45 of them. Now, so far, I've been very effusive about this product, but I have a bit... Actually, no, on the Fresnel. So have you got the Fresnel checklist? Are you down that far on the page?
I'm looking at it right now.
Okay, so you got the 45. So the base... you got F1 to 25, then you got SP 26 to 40, and then you got 5 SSP. Now the SSP ones are a really tough hit, and they're going on eBay for like $300 easy.
Jeez, okay.
There's only 5 of them. They're popular characters, as tends to be the rule.
It's standard,
but they're so nice. I mean, it feels.
Yeah, it's Captain America, Spider-Man, Wolverine, Thor, and Black Panther. All the
I've got a Black Bolt one in my hand. I don't think I'm going to go for the set because they are quite a tough pull, and even the base ones, like the regular rarity ones, 1 in 75. So I could put together the 1 to 25. But to be honest with you, I'd be happy with the Black Cat because she's in the Fresnel. So I'll probably.
Oh yeah, she is. At least she's like tier 1. She's not like a short print, which is nice.
I'll trade this for now for a Black Cat if I can, and I'll be happy with that. And I might come back to them down the road when I'm sure ePacks will bring more into market and the price might drop a little bit. So I really like them. And then the other insert if you scroll up, it's flavorful. Flavorful. I don't quite understand the concept on this one. I'm going to hold it up for you. The reason I don't understand the concept is because I'm not sure what it means and what it relates to. So I'm hoping you'll help me out here.
Yeah.
It looks like a gaming card of some sort.
Yes. TCG. Ooh, look at that foil.
Look at that foil. It's kind of got a
holy hell. I like it. It looks, you know what it looks like a MTG card, a Magic the Gathering Marvel card.
Because it's got this panel and it's kind of like a parchment.
It's sick.
With writing on it.
Yeah. I'm into it. Actually, a lot.
Yeah, they look pretty cool. This is F for Freddy 40 Ultron, and then on the back it's got a kind of reverse image shadow of what was on the front.
Ooh,
quite cool.
I love it.
On the front, that's actually a quote, an Ultron quote.
See, dude, I'm always a sucker for quotes from the characters. Yeah. I think those are the best. I love it when they do that.
The background of it it shows on the background, but it's actually on the whole card. It's got kind of a foil underneath the top layer of whatever.
It's freaking awesome looking.
It's really nice, and it's really nice. I'm not going to go for the set of Flavorful because personally,
there's 45 cards, and there are short prints and short prints.
But where are they? The short prints.
The short prints, if you look at the list that we're looking on, they actually put them next to the name. So if you look at Spider-Man, it says SSP.
I know. But card 1's an SP, card 2 is Carnage, which is a regular. Card 3 is SSP, card 4 is SSP, card 5 is SSP, card 6. So they've spread them around. Now, I personally, and not everyone's going to be like this, I don't care for that, because on the Fresnel, I could choose if I wanted to just stop with the base 1 to 25.
Yes.
And stop there, and I wouldn't have gaps in my run.
Agreed.
What this does is I'm not going to go for flavorful at all, even if I like the card design. For me, I'm not massively, that the design of it is my personal taste. I think it's cool. I think it's really good. But the whole parchment and the fact that it looks like a CCG card, and just I'm not sure what flavorful is supposed to mean. I genuinely don't.
I know we know it. I'm just too much an idiot right now to remember.
I don't know. I just don't get it. So for me, flavorful, because if I go for a set, I'm gonna have my 9-page, and I'm gonna have the regular. I'm probably not gonna spend as much as I'd want to get the SSPs, because I don't dig the design. So I'd just be collecting it for the sake of collecting it, and so for having it. So
So it's an MTG terminology.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yes, because I looked up flavorful cards, and the thing on Google said most flavorful cards in Magic. So it's something we don't know. Donnie would know, so we have to ask him.
And probably
Donnie would know.
Hundreds of our listeners. It's just me.
Yes. So sorry, guys. We don't know.
Sorry. Guys. We're not the source of all knowledge.
I mean, I think they're beautiful. I mean, I really, really like them. I do.
Yeah. The quality of the cards, I can't fault. The design of them doesn't sing to me personally.
I don't like the designs because I don't like the gaps. Yeah. If I was going for this, the gaps don't work for me. I'm thinking the reason they did the design like that. I think they did the.
You mean the distribution?
I think the distribution in terms of how the cards are laid out, not in tiers, but in like no rhyme or reason to why something would be short print as opposed to super short print. I think that's something that maybe is hinging back to Magic the Gathering, or another thing that's part of this theme.
You say that. Let's look at the word cloud. Where's the word cloud? Where's the word?
A word cloud. Oh, the word clouds are
Scroll
cool.
down to word cloud.
Scrolling down.
Okay. It's just above the sketch cards and just below Totally Toils.
Looking at it. You're right. You're right.
They do the same there. I'm sorry. I don't
Not
dig
smart
it at all. And the word cloud, I actually quite like, but there's no way I'm going to try for a set of them. Let me show you a word cloud. They're beautiful, and the concept on them I quite like. It's exactly the same kind of foiling in the way that it's done.
I think it looks sick.
It looks really good. I like it. I kind of like the design. I'm not sure I'd ever want 45 of them, if I'm honest with you, even if they were all regular, because some of the characters are real deep cuts. So this is Beast from X-Men that I have in hand here.
That looks cool.
And yeah, it's a nice concept. I like it. But
I don't know why they tiered them like this. That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't at all. And it just makes it, I personally, I can see that from a commercial point of view, it makes it, you incentivized to buy more product because you don't want those gaps. Maybe. I don't know.
I see it, but I don't like it.
No, I don't either.
Not a fan.
That's the thing. I love the quality of them. I love the concept of these much more than Flavorful. Because it just, again, this is one of these sets where, some people are going to want all of it, and some people, like me, as is clearly becoming apparent as we're talking, I'm only going to go for some of the inserts on this, and I'm going to kind of build my set. So it's fine because it's a massive set. I mean, look at the size of it. We haven't even gotten.
No, you have to pick and choose your battles, man.
So my pick and choosing of battles means that I'm not going to be going for Flavorful because I don't like the design or the distribution. I want to go for Word Cloud, but I don't like the distribution. And also, some of the characters I've seen.
Too deep.
And yes, who is Curse? Kurse.
I know who it is, but I don't know his or I don't know their background. I've seen the character design.
Who is the character The Runner?
No idea.
Don't know. So,
I mean, it's ages, right? You're gonna have those deep cuts.
I know. But there's deep cuts and there's deep cuts, as I'll come on to when I get to the base cuts there. Because fortunately, they haven't made any of those deep cut characters, the really popular ones, the super short print ones. Of course, the popular ones you'd want to own are the super short print ones.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Anyway, so Word Cloud, and Flavorful will be up for trade, folks. But then we get on, and this for me, oh my giddy aunt, this set, seriously, if they'd done this as its own set.
Please tell me it's what I think it is.
Decades.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay. This is for me the big winner.
I'm going to swear. They're fucking gorgeous.
I love it.
Upper Deck. Seriously. You might have felt like I just gave you a little bit of a slap across the face and just say, stop it. On this one, I'm giving you a big, wet kiss. This is the big, wet kiss. I'm going to hold up to you. Decades 70s Ghost Rider. Look at that. It's got checkerboard foil behind it.
Oh, wow.
Is it checkerboard? I don't know.
That's one of the harder ones. That's a prism. It's like a prism,
but it's behind.
It's behind him. Look at that rainbow too. I love that card.
You can see that rainbow in full on the back. The way they've
love that card.
Stunning. It's really nice gloss. It feels lovely in hand. It's no thicker than any normal card. It's just really nicely produced. And if this is the kind of thing you have to wait for the production facilities to knock out because they're delayed for COVID,
I can wait
for. Yeah, decades. They're lovely. Right. So. That's Ghost Rider. That's a 70s one. There's 6 decade subsets. You've got 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, noughties, and 10s. Okay. I'm going to show you 80s. The 80s looks like the front cover of one of those video cassettes.
80s is my favorite decade.
Yeah, it looks like Tron on the background. Venom.
Fudger. I want that.
And that's a Todd McFarlane cover. I want to say
I'm gonna have to collect decades. Damn it!
It's on the back. Amazing Spider-Man.
Maybe I'll go.
316. It is 316. I didn't even look at that beforehand. Look,
I figured it was Todd. Yeah. Todd. Looks
Isn't it
great.
Lovely. So that's an 80. I've got 2 80s ones. So I'll show you what it looks like with a character that's not so full in the frame.
Man, they got Silver Sable, Magic, and Psylocke in 80s.
Look at Spectrum. And you can really see the background.
Oh,
it looks like.
And we just saw Spectrum in beautiful.
Look at that, foiling on the kind of the globe, the star, whatever it is, the sun.
Damn it, the sun over there. Yeah, it's a classic retro.
Atari background.
Yeah, it's a classic retro type of thing.
So
beautiful piece.
So you've seen a 70s, you've seen an 80s. I don't have a 60s one here. I do have a noughties, as it is with the noughties, because I didn't do much comics in the noughties. I kind of discovered girls at that point.
Rude.
True. I don't know who this character is. I think she's from Runaways, actually. But anyway, there's the noughties. So they've
run away.
They've gone.
Run away. Run away if you want to survive. Just a little 90s music for you.
That's fine. It's the noughties, damn. Holding up the noughties, not 90s.
90s.
No, this is
no 2000s. It's 2000s. That's what I meant. I meant 2000s.
There we go. Right.
2000s.
Glad we're on the same page.
Songs from the 2000s.
I'll put that one away.
It's there.
And then I want to show you this one, which is 2010.
Could have gone in order.
2010.
But whatever.
Doctor Strange. Look at that. So the foiling is similar quality, but just the design is different with each.
Very cool. Very cool.
I love it. It's really nice.
Very, very cool. Very, very
Pictures
cool.
of these will be on air. All our tasting notes will be riddled with them, folks. I love them. I absolutely love them. So Decades for me is the... Well, I haven't got any of the other hits. I know the comic cuts look very, very similar in design to the Marvel 80th ones. So
yes,
but for the fact there's so many of them.
I saw that.
There's so many of them. I mean, it's more than Marvel 80th. Marvel 80th had 50.
People need to start picking up those comic cuts, man.
No, they don't. They need to hold off on them because there's so many of them, and I need to get some of them. So there's 60. Where are we? Oh my goodness! There's 64 regular ones. Okay, that's just 64 of those. All right.
Yeah.
And I don't see any of my gal in there, so thank you. There's none of those. And
so
there are 29 autographed ones, and they
got Howard the Duck. I love it.
They're going for big money. Those autographed ones on eBay at the moment.
Yeah, they should be. They're great pieces.
Yeah, they're very limited though. There's only 10 of them.
Good.
Only 10 of each. So I'll sidestep that one because I don't have the pockets to be able to afford it, which is my
beautiful pieces.
Maturely responsible approach to card collecting.
Maturely responsible.
As in not getting into 5-figure debt to do so.
Yeah, that's always mature and responsible.
That's always a good thing. Yeah.
That's always a good place to start.
That's my new thing. Been there, done that, still paying it off. So, and then the other one is the comic clippings coinage set. So this looks really nice. And there is coins and then there's a clipping at the top. And it just, the way there is a picture actually on this checklist. I don't have any of these, but there is a picture on the checklist. So if you scroll up, you'll see one.
I'm looking at it now. Yeah, it's very cool.
It looks really cool. I think in hand they're going to be gorgeous. They don't say how many there are of each, but it's doesn't say what the distribution is. But I think they're pretty tough hits. I love them. I'm a sucker for coins. I'm a sucker for clips. I think the design of the coin and clips together, which I think is the first time Upper Deck have done it. I think so. I've
never seen it.
Hats off to you. So chef kisses. So at the moment, the only downside I've got is the way that they've sprinkled the SP and SSP in amongst the regular ones. Okay. So that's the only, I don't know. That's the only downside. So let's look at the base. Yeah,
let's take a look at that.
Base, baby. Right, I'm just going to show you low tier base because they're the same for tier 1, 2, and 3. It's the same design. I'm going to show you a character you'll dig and you'll love.
Ooh, gimme.
Because, boy, there are some deep cuts in here. Ghost Spider.
I love Ghost Spider. The more and more I see Ghost Spider, the better and better I like it.
So the front, it's a nice image of her.
Oh, cool.
It's obviously, they've pulled from library stock. It's not original art.
Yeah.
I mean, at one point it was original art, but it wasn't made for the cards, is what I'm saying. So there's the front. And then there's the back, which is, you remember that we said it was going to be on that kind of clay cut heritage
retro
stock?
Baby.
So it's very matte.
For me,
beige. It's nice.
That makes up for the archival stuff, which I'm starting to really like, actually.
Yeah.
Funny enough.
So it's cool.
I love that.
It's cool. I like it. And there's some properly deep cut. I mean, Cosmic Ghost Rider, that's card number 4 I just showed you. Cosmic Ghost Rider is card number 3. The background's a little odd on them. It's kind of
those have. Well, I don't want to skip ahead because I know you got a plan over there.
Well, I got a plan. I'm just kind of.
I know you got a plan. I'm not going to rush you.
No, that's fine. And there's some decent characters in here. There's some interesting visual representation. Some of them are so small within the frame. I mean, that's Miles Morales and more background than character on that one. And they're cool. And it's got a really good bit of text on the back. That's what I like.
I love.
So I can't fault the back of them. So there's 300 of those, and like I said, they tier. Okay, so I'm going to show you the parallels. So for tier 1, sorry, I've gone away because they're all down here by my feet. So let's look at that Cosmic Ghost Rider that I just showed you. This is where the background comes back in. It's a sticker.
Oh.
So you can see that character, but with the background that was removed to do the base cards. Okay.
Okay, much better.
Very, very white, much lighter. The frame is white.
Mm-hmm.
And
of
course, because it's a sticker, the back is completely white. And it's got a little peel here at the bottom.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
So that looks cool. That looks really cool.
I love that.
If that had been the parallel for all 300 cards, game on, baby.
Yeah.
So if you'd had the base and then you'd had a parallel of a sticker for every one of the 300, that would have been cool. And then you maybe had a... It's coming. So it's Christmas. Maybe then if you'd had one of the tier 3 parallels, the foil. Look at that.
Wow, that foil makes up.
Beautiful. And it's got a really nice white back. It's beautiful.
That's the one to pick up. Yeah. I like all three, actually. So I like the way they did it.
That's tier 3 parallel.
I love it.
Cards 201 to 300. Okay. And that's tier 1 parallel. So what I would have loved is a parallel for all 300 cards of the sticker, and then a parallel for all 300 cards of the foil. Because that way you can choose, what do I want my base set to be? Because you're not going to, some people would have all 900 cards if there were 3 parallels, But I would probably go for I think I'd go for the sticker version.
I think I'd go for the foil.
Yeah.
I go for the foil for sure.
Yeah. And the foil,
I personally...
tier 3 a less regular entity.
Yeah. I mean, I think I kind of like... I get your layout 100%.
You haven't seen my reasoning for it yet.
I kind of like the idea of having the tiers act as inserts as well. You know what I mean? Because there are so many things where you have like tiers of something and it's just because it's less of a card, but nothing's actually changed with the card.
Yeah. I'm gonna see your reasoned logic, and I'm gonna raise you crazy town, because I think this really does. It doesn't spoil it for me, but it makes me not want to chase any of the parallels at all. Because if I was going to have a parallel, I've kind of avoided consciously showing you're talking about the tier 2, the cards 101 to 200 parallel, which is called a photo variant. Okay, so I'm just going to find an example of this. That's card 107, Silver Sable. It's actually quite a nice bit of artwork they've chosen for it. So for this card, the photo version works. But there's nothing to distinguish it at all. It's exactly the same back.
That's cool.
Yeah. Well, it is cool, except if you've never seen that one, I don't know which of my cards I've got from 101 to 200 are the regular view or the close-up view, unless I've got both of them. Do you see what I mean? And now that one,
I know.
That one's obvious. Let me show you one that's not obvious. I chose you a good example to start with, okay? Because not all the artwork is... Right, this is, I'm being slightly overly harsh. I'm going to show you them in descending orders of chaos. That's a regular power pack of back. I love the fact that power pack of back.
Yeah, I did see another example of this.
So that's that one. That kind of works. And then I don't have the zoom out. I don't have the zoom out version of this.
I've seen the image of this in the group.
But I'm going to show you
this is the guy
version of Cloud.
Yes.
Right? And then I'm going to show you the zoom in version of, because I know that's the zoom in version because I've seen it online. But so many of these cards, I don't know if I've got the base or if I've got the zoom in. And I can't assume I've got the zoom in because the artwork chosen doesn't always support the zooming in of the photo variant. And sorry, I'm scrolling through to try and find it. There's an absolute shocker in here. Not that one. Where is it? Sorry. You'd think I'd prepared this, folks. I did.
So, and that's the tier 2 parallel. Is the close up?
So yeah, it's called a photo. So it's like someone's taken a.
No, I know. It's like a zoom in type of thing. Yeah, it's definitely
Hellcat. Yeah. I present to you Hellcat. The original artwork is stylized. Not much
very
definition
stylized.
to her face. And that's just not my camera. That's just solid black.
Yeah, I see it.
That's the zoom in.
So here's my thing.
I don't know.
Here's my thing. I think, and here's my thing. One, yes, you can't do zoom in with every type of artwork because the composition completely changes, and it changes the look of the card. It changes the appearance of the character, and it does seem odd fitting.
Yeah.
I do like seeing them together. I think that might be kind of cool in a binder, but
it's
the tough part of
it. See them together.
See what I mean? And that's kind of my beef with it too.
Yeah.
And also, like, I never liked it, and I think you feel the same way, where there's like a 2 thing of a card. I always prefer them in 3s because otherwise you have like a weird setup on your page. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So this is what I'm going back to saying, if I could turn back time,
turn back time,
I'm all of a sudden taken back to the 80s and I'm dancing in my undies on a battleship with loads of sailors around me. Right. So if
that's a very different experience.
Yeah. Sorry for that image, folks. Sorry for that image. But it's how I roll on a weekend.
I feel like I've seen that online somewhere.
You probably have. It's on the dark web, the very dark web. If I could turn back time a year ago, I'd have said, look, if you want to make this as big and as challenging, then fine, but just have a sticker parallel. As I said, sticker parallel 4300, and then a foil parallel 4300, and then you can, if you're going to go balls deep, pardon the expression. I'm sorry, that's hideous. Then you will have page after page of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and that would look really cool. I
do like the 1, 2, 3. I like the idea of seeing the base, the sticker, and the hollow.
Yeah.
I 100% agree.
But basically, I agree. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go for the base now. I'm not going to have the sticker variants for tier 1. I'm not going to have the foil variants for tier 3 because the set would feel disjointed. I'm just going to go for the base 1 to 300, and I'll be happy with that. The problem I've got is that for the stack of cards, and I've got a big stack of cards here for 101 to 200. I don't know which of apart from the ones where I've got 2 of, and some of them I can guess, I don't know for sure whether I've got the base or the photo parallel because there is nothing on the back to tell you. There's no distinction whatsoever.
The numbers are not different on the back?
The card backs are identical. There is no V next to the number. There's no P. There's nothing. So,
that's a shame.
So, so actually it's so I actually think this is a set where the base cards are interesting and they're cool, but the inserts
are great, man.
This is a set where the inserts absolutely sing.
They kill it.
The Decades inserts sing. The Totally Toys, the Saturday morning cartoons. It's that.
I remember
fun from anime.
Yeah. I remember seeing the Decade cards on the list when it was first announced before the cards were released. And I was like, that for me made the set.
Yeah.
Seeing the Decade cards for me were kind of like, that was the thing for me. I was like, man, when this comes on EPAC, if I'm able to grab up all of the Decade cards, I'll probably just have like a quiet little Decade card set from here.
Yeah, they're really nice.
And I like what is it? The
Flavorful.
Sorry. No. The Lighthouse. Light.
Fresnel.
Yeah. Fresnel. Yeah. The Fresnels I'm absolutely obsessed with. But again, that would be expensive. But I think having a Fresnel collection is absolutely beautiful. I love it. Cool, I really love it.
So it's kind of like, you remember Marvel, I think I'm right in this, weren't they used to be called the House of Ideas?
Yes, I do actually.
So this is kind of Upper Deck's House of Ideas, and I hats off to you. I think there's some amazing stuff in here, and I think you stick the landing on about 85% of it. Absolutely nail it. And there's some hits in here. Stuff that will.
I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Man. Anytime I see a set that has anything inventive in it or interesting, I think it's a winner. You know what I mean? Like, not everything's going to land ever in a set, but when it's fun, creative, and interesting and different, I'm there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm there.
It's just my opinion.
Yeah,
people.
I love
everyone's different. So but I have to say, Marvel Ages, overall it was worth waiting for. It's a lovely set.
Yes,
I've got another bundle of dues coming in from someone, and then I'm going to start trading. And yeah, I love it. I really like it. And I'd love to be able to open some. I just can't afford to buy any raw product because it's
yeah. I'm strapped this month as well. Yeah. So my card store, that's like an hour from me, I actually think has a box. So maybe I'll cave if some money comes in, if I can sell some stuff and buy a box for fun. But I might wait for EPAC and just do it on EPAC then. Yeah, pick up a casual pack or something maybe.
Yeah. I mean, who knows I'm sure there'll be an EPAC version of the base.
Oh man, there might be a whole new thing there. So, make more. Yeah. You're right. Actually, it might be. The achievements are going to be cool. I feel like the achievements might be like, pretty cool stuff. Yeah. Hopefully.
So it's going to be.
I like it.
It's a product that I think is designed to, be deliberately challenging, because that obviously is a good commercially viable product for when it hits EPAC. So
I agree.
But people are loving it. I'm seeing some really good feedback on the community from people who've got the various hits. And we've seen there was one guy on group who did a little video. It was a very short video. I loved it. He showed his hits, and he was dressed like a Dark Lord of Metal, and he put on. I love it. As well.
I respect that, man. That was fun. I saw it at first and I was like, oh my God, what happened in the group? We've lost something. And then he started speaking.
Yeah.
And like, he has this awesome, like, tattoo on his chest. He's wearing this really cool, like, metal hoodie and like heavy metal type of, look, which he has a great look for that. So hopefully he's in a band or something.
He does stuff on. We should give him a shout out. I can't for the life of me find the post now. I'll put a link to he's got an Instagram feed. I remember when he posted about it, he said, I've got an Instagram feed and you can see this and other videos that he does.
I got a friend of him on there then.
So we definitely have got to. I'm just scrolling down while I'm talking just to see if I can find him in my notifications. As you can imagine, there are quite. Here we go. I think it might be Mike Fiorelli. I think it's him. Mike Fiorelli rings a bell. Yes, it is. Here we go. So Mike Fiorelli is on Instagram at Furious Fellstorm. So Furious and then FELSTORM. It's just
that's
like
him.
Dark Lord of Metal with his beard in a plait, with metal music.
He has a great look,
like,
man.
What's this video going to be? And I think, and then he suddenly starts showing like decades hits that he's pulled. It's brilliant. We're going to put a link to that on the tasting notes as well, because you've got to see that. I mean,
no, it was great. He was so much fun. I love the video. Thank you for doing it, because it was just, and he obviously is a very sweet guy.
Top dude. You could
tell. Yeah, you could tell he's a very sweet guy.
Yeah,
but I'm absolutely obsessed. I think it's so cool. Yeah, on his Instagram, he put the cards up there.
Isn't it fun?
That's so fun.
Isn't
what
it
a nice
fun?
guy.
I love it. So that's it. That's Marvel Ages. And you'll be building your set for ages, that's for sure, because there's a lot of it. So enjoy. It's one of those things where you really, is one of those products, Norrin, where when you're building it, you really will be.
Oh no, I messed this up. Getting older,
enjoying collecting.
What is it? Sorry, happy collecting, everybody. Was that it?
It could have.
I didn't do it right.
We could have had something glorious there. We could have had something.
I'm so sorry.
And you just.
It's happy collecting.
Goodbye, everybody. We'll see you next
week. Sorry.
Thanks for listening to the Marvel Card Collectors podcast. Visuals and tasting notes for each episode can be found on our Facebook page. You can subscribe and leave us a voicemail via our home on anchor.fm/MCCP. We're also on iTunes, Spotify, and all major podcast platforms. Please take a second to subscribe, like, and review our show wherever you get your podcasts. Our podcast can be found by Googling at the MCC Pod, which will also find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Our Facebook community is at MCCW, Marvel Card Collectors Worldwide, and MMC, Marvel Masterpieces Collectors. The great music we use is called Rocket Power by Kevin MacLeod. Thanks to the collectors, artists, and creators who support the Marvel Cards Fan Collective. We'll see you next time, and remember, it's a small hobby but a fun one. make mine Marvel, and enjoy collecting.